Today I have yet another entirely photo etch video for you. In this video I will be constructing 3 Searchlight platforms. These platforms are quite similar to the secondary conning station. All of them have 2 pieces of photo etch that form the upper and lower sections of the platform, and around the perimeter of the lower section there's this short fascia board. The only substantial difference is that all of these platforms have handrails instead of a splinter shield. Although I'd prefer not to have the handrails installed at this point, since they are connected to the deck, I will fold them into position and then just deal with them when I'm painting. To install the platforms, I will start at the lowest level and work upwards. That means the first one to install is the aft 24-inch Searchlight platform. Since these platforms are quite a lot smaller than the secondary conning station, I'm going to try and construct them while they are still attached to their fret. That's just going to make it a little bit easier to handle them. Also, the small connection points for the deck to the sprue give me a place where I can place some super glue and use that to help attach the sides of these fascia boards to the deck. For the initial bond, just to tack the boards in place, I apply a small drop of medium viscosity super glue to the metal tab and then place the board on top of the glue. To make the super glue set instantly, I apply a super glue accelerator. The process is then repeated for the other side of the platform. Now that the fascia board is tacked in place and I'm happy with how it is sitting, I can bond it properly to the full length of the perimeter. To do this, I apply extra thin super glue to the joint. With the fascia board now well bonded in place, I can remove the lower half of the platform from its fret. At this point, there is now a lot of super glue and of course still those metal tabs sticking out the side, so a little bit of work with a file and sandpaper is needed to remove that super glue and create a nice smooth surface. Special attention also needs to be given to the surface that is going to be put in contact with the top half of the platform. This surface needs to be cleared of super glue and be nice and smooth so that it makes good contact with the other piece of photo etch. For the top half of this platform, I'm going to do the installation a little bit differently. I'm not going to fold the handrail up into position before I install it. That is because I think the handrail will get into the way of me trying to properly align these components with each other. With the handrail out of the way like this, I can more easily position these 2 halves of the deck to ensure that they're in the correct alignment. Once I'm happy with their alignment, I bond both sides of the deck together using extra thin super glue that I apply to the edge of the platform. The handrail can now be bended up into position and then curved to match the perimeter of the deck. Normally when putting a curve onto photo etch handrails, I like to use a shaft, but when it's attached to a fairly bulky piece of photo etch like this, it becomes quite difficult to do that. So in this case, I'm going to bend it with tweezers. After gently working the handrail with tweezers for a while, I eventually get it to match the curve of the platform, then bond it in place using extra thin super glue. After repeating the process on the other side of the platform, I sand the area to remove any excess super glue that has been left on the side of the fascia board. The last thing that needs to be installed for this platform are the support struts that go underneath it. These components are cut off their fret and the burrs are sanded off the edge. Since the first support strut is wedged in well enough to stand up on its own, I'm going to try and construct the rest of the support struts on the platform. I'm able to get the second support strut in and then apply a small drop of super glue to the top of the support strut just to tack it in place. At that point though, it all does fall apart, so I remove all the support struts from the base of the platform and construct the rest of it separately. Once all 3 support struts are bonded to each other and in the correct orientation, I place the support struts on the underside of the platform and then bond them to the platform using more extra thin super glue. As with the secondary conning tower, I left the plastic locator line on the superstructure, so I can use that to help guide as to where this platform should be seated and to help me ensure that it is sitting level. To glue the platform in place, first I apply a small drop of medium viscosity super glue to the area on the superstructure where the platform should be installed, and then I position the platform on top of that super glue. While the super glue is still wet, I adjust the position of the platform to ensure that it is level and not rotated. Once I'm happy with the position of the platform, I reinforce its bond to the superstructure using extra thin super glue. Moving up, this is the largest and most complicated of the 3 platforms that I'm going to be installing in this video. The only reason why this platform is more difficult than the other 2 is because its fascia board is longer than the other 2 and it is attached off-center to the platform. The consequence of that is that on the long side of the board there are more opportunities for errors to accumulate by the time I get to its end. So I will start with the short end first. This is by far the easier of the end. Once again, I find myself very impressed with these corrugated strips. They make bending these components very easy. For this section of the photo etch, it does take a bit of back and forth to get it into the correct position, but it is very forgiving and I am able to get a nice result quite quickly and fairly easily. Once I'm happy with how the photo etch is sitting, I bond it in place using extra thin superglue. For the long end of the photo etch, I'm concerned about errors compounding along its length, so I'm going to try and correctly connect it at the end first, and then see if I can get the full length of it to align properly to the perimeter of the platform. If I'm unhappy with how the board is sitting, I can unglue the end of it and reposition, then test again. It did take a little bit of back and forth, but ultimately I was able to get the photo etch into a good position, so I proceeded to bond the full length of the board to the platform using extra thin superglue. As with the previous platform, it is at this point that it is removed from its fret, and files and sandpapers are used to remove the excess superglue from the side of the platform. For this platform, there is an additional element that needs to be taken into consideration when attaching its halves together. There is a mast that runs through it. To ensure that I won't have any trouble with inserting the mast through this hole in the future, I'm going to glue these components together with the mast in position. This is a brass mast that has been provided as part of the FlyHawk kit. This is one of the nice things about this detail upgrade kit. All of the plastic booms and masts have been replaced with brass parts. Once the mast is in position, it perfectly aligns the aft portion of the platform, so all I need to do is correctly position the front of the platform and then apply extra thin superglue to the edge of the platform. Once the upper and lower halves of the platform are bonded together, I proceed to bend the handrail. Once again, I'm just going to bend the handrail using tweezers. This isn't ideal, but it's pretty much the best that I can do in this scenario. I work around the perimeter of the platform in sections, curving a piece of the handrail and then bonding it to the platform. Once I'm happy with how the handrail is sitting across the full perimeter of the platform, I remove all the excess superglue with a file and sandpaper. The last of the photo etch for this platform are the support struts. To install these support struts, I apply a small drop of medium viscosity superglue to the tip of each support strut and then place it in contact with the platform. This superglue is only intended to tack the support struts in place. I will reinforce the bonds later on. The locator lines for these support struts are also a little bit odd. They are raised instead of indented, which means that the support strut doesn't clip into them. You have to quite carefully place them on top of these lines. While this is not ideal because you don't get that tactile feel when you get the support strut into the correct location, it does work well enough to be able to correctly position support struts. After tacking in place all of the support struts, I firmly bond them to the platform by applying a small drop of extra thin superglue to the tip of each support strut. In some cases it pulls a little bit on the outside of the support strut, so I use a wire to draw the glue down the length of the support strut. Installing this platform, now that it has been fully constructed, is particularly easy. That's because the support struts and the shape of the plastic platform that it sits on top of align perfectly to lock it into the correct position. So it is just a matter of positioning it on top of its platform and then bonding it to the platform using extra thin superglue. Just to be sure that I have got everything positioned correctly, I insert the mast through the hole in this platform and align it with the platform below. Everything is looking close enough, so I'm happy with how these two platforms have been installed and their orientation with respect to each other. After that confirmation with the mast, I apply yet more superglue to the underside of the platform to ensure that it is properly bonded. After applying all the superglue, a little bit of superglue residue is left on the plastic around the support struts underneath the platform, so I remove the residue using a 600 grit sanding cloth. One more platform to go in this video. This is the smallest of the platforms, and it is a little bit different in the sense that the upper and lower halves of the platform are connected to each other. As with the previous platforms, I'm going to fold this platform while it's still attached to the fret, and I'm going to make use of these connection tabs. The construction process is exactly the same. Apply medium viscosity superglue to tack the boards in place. Once I'm happy with how the boards are sitting, reinforce their bond using extra thin superglue. At this point though, it becomes a little bit awkward because I have to remove both the upper and lower halves of this platform at the same time, and now I have to sand and clean up the lower half with the upper half attached to it. Initially, when I saw this photo etch, I thought that this would be the better way for FlyHawk to have made all of these platforms, but after working with it, I actually now wish that this part had the upper and lower halves separate as well. While it is a little bit more complicated to precisely align the two halves, not having the upper half attached while you're trying to build the lower half does actually simplify things enough to make up for that. Anyway, after cleaning off the super glue while carefully avoiding the upper half, then fold over the upper half and bond it in place using extra thin super glue that I apply to the edge of the platform. Yet another round of careful filing and sanding ensues before I bend up the handrail and curve it into position. Since this handrail has quite a tight curve and this component is not so large that it becomes unwieldy for me to handle, I'm going to curve the handrail on the shaft of a screwdriver. That maneuver gave me a very nice curve on the first attempt that had the sides of the handrailing aligning very well with the sides of the platform. So it was just a matter of holding the handrail in place and bonding it to the platform using more extra thin superglue. With the handrail attached, yet more filing and sanding ensues, and the platform is then ready for its support struts. Learning from the first platform that constructing these support struts on the platform doesn't really work, start by constructing them off of the platform, place the first two struts in contact with each other and bond them together using extra thin superglue that I applied to the top of the support struts. With the first two support struts tacked in place, I'm then able to bring in the third support strut and also tack it in place using more extra thin superglue. The complete strut assembly can then be placed onto the underside of the platform and bonded in place using more extra thin superglue. To install this platform on the superstructure, because of the support strut that runs down at its midline, I had to remove a notch from the plastic locator line. That was just done using a hobby knife and a file. With that little bit of plastic out of the way, the platform can sit flush against the side of the superstructure. To bond the platform to the superstructure, first I apply a small drop of medium viscosity superglue to that plastic locator line, then place the platform on top of the superglue. While the superglue is wet, I adjust the position of the hatch to ensure that it is sitting level and in the correct rotation. Once I'm happy with the position of the platform, I reinforce its bond to the superstructure using extra thin superglue. The last photo edge to be installed in this video is not a platform, it's ladders. FlyHawk has provided this type of ladder as a single long strip that you need to cut into the correct lengths. To determine the correct length, I use calipers to take a measurement off of the model, and then cut the corresponding length off of the ladder on the fret. To fold these sections of ladder, I'm going to use a photo edge folding tool. I do not recommend folding this type of ladder by hand. That will be very difficult. What tends to happen if you try and fold this ladder by hand is that the rungs get out of alignment and the ladder is slanted. However, if you use a photo edge folding tool to fold these ladders, it is trivial. You simply clamp them, fold the posts up into the vertical position, and then repeat for the other post. With the ladders folded, a small drop of medium viscosity superglue is applied to the top of the ladder, and the ladder is positioned on the superstructure. While the glue is wet, the position of the bottom of the ladder is adjusted to ensure that the ladder is standing vertical. That is where I'm going to end this video. In the next video, I'm going to construct the highest platform, that's the sky defense platform, which is quite a complicated platform and even includes a wind baffle. If you don't want to wait for the scheduled release of videos and want to watch them when they are uploaded, consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below. If you would like to support the channel, like and subscribe, and as always, questions are welcome in the comments. Thank you for watching. Cheers.